What up, folks? This is Derek Scull with Gatekeeper Media. Beside me, I have
Chris German.
And today we are bringing you the 2018 New Jersey State Championships coverage sponsored by Millennium Discs.
Yeah, we have round 3 coverage here. This is lead card FPO. This is a 4-round tournament, so we were lucky enough to capture round 3 for these women here. We have a 3-person card here. We have Michelle Frazer sitting at 4 under. We also have Becky Sonnheim and Emily Landherr. So we're starting on hole 7 for our front 9 coverage. This is one of the water holes here. Probably the longer one, the harder one here, 300 feet.
Michelle's up first, owning that box. She's able to zing it right over that water and gets right near the edge.
Yeah, it was very close, but she has the power to make that.
And Becky's really holds that turn to the left there for her, and it gets her in the bush there a little bit.
Almost like she didn't want to commit to try to go over there. She wanted to take the safe route to the left there a little bit. So we have Emily here. Let's see what she does. And
hers holds that turn too.
Yeah, kind of a late release. And luckily that tree kind of stopped her because I think that would have went in the water there.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot to be. But it gives her a little bit of a vantage point, shooting a little higher. Should be a clear shot for her. And unfortunately hits that branch. And
that's going to go OB. That just stopped dead right there. And here's Becky kind of doing the same thing. That was a little odd. I thought she would have had the power to make that. And she's going to lay up here for on her 4th shot, also taking OB.
That's a good placement for that upshot, though.
Yeah, she should be able to make that putt. So we have Emily here for her 4 as well. Kind of like a semi-run, not high enough. Kind of laid that right up. That'll be a tap-in.
Michelle here with her 2nd shot. Let's see what she has. And just a little bit over top of the basket.
And that would have been a really good birdie to get, knowing these girls were going to double bogey. That would have been a big swing in strokes there.
So we got her with her tap-in turbo putt.
It's interesting how she does it. She does it a little different than how I normally see it conventionally done. So it's cool to see her have that in her bag.
And we got another double bogey here from Emily.
Yeah, that's a tough way to start. You could tell Emily and Becky are very upset. Starting off just on hole 7 here, Michelle's the only one getting a par. Both Becky and Emily are going to be taking double bogeys, putting them at +2 for the round.
And you got to remember, this is the first round that they're playing at this course for the tournament. So previously they were playing at Thompson Park, right?
Yeah, Thompson State Park. So I would say this course is much harder in scale. This is a very tough, tightly wooded, very long holes. Hole 8 being one of them, one of the hardest holes here, I think.
Michelle's just stays left.
Yeah.
Don't know my left and my right.
You kind of want to cut some off because this kind of plays like a half circle or almost like a horseshoe, and I think she just wanted to take some of that distance away, cut through those, but there's not really a lane over there.
High risk, high reward, right?
Yeah. So Becky just gets up there. It's kind of where you want to be. You can kind of see me far out there. You just want to kind of reach somewhere around there.
And that really wants to fade back, but it didn't look like it had it in it.
Yeah, ideally, though, you want to be up there. She's a little more to the right than she would want to be, but she should have a lane from here.
And that's a bad kick.
Early tree, bad kick to the left, and you do not want to be to the left.
I'm not sure. It looks like Becky might have been trying a roller.
It was a forehand shot. It just never got off the ground, really. Because that's a great up by Emily, kind of saving her a little bit, getting some of that distance back. She'll at least have a run for par there.
All right. We got Michelle here from Team Millennium.
Yeah, and she's, like I said, more to the left, but it looks like she found a line, and last tree. One of the last trees is the one that stops her.
Talk about a guardian.
Yeah. As here comes Becky with a fairly good-looking upshot.
And Becky seemed to really just want to glide that in. A lot of soft touch there. She was probably hoping for it to hold that turn on her a little bit.
Yeah, a little too soft. She's going to have some trees in front of her. It's beautiful, beautiful layup by Michelle there.
This is a long run, and she really puts a bit on it here.
Very close. That looked good from here. And she split the trees there, I think. It looked like she went in between 2 trees.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but we got a tap-in par here from Michelle.
Yeah, so she's just keeping par, playing par here, and I would say on long tees it's very good.
And folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Make sure to keep up on all of our coverage as we're coming out. We got a big season ahead of us still.
Yeah, we have a couple more states lined up, correct?
That is very true.
I can't wait. So ending hole 8 here, we have Michelle Frazer, the only one getting par, still sitting at even. Both Becky and Emily are going to take a bogey there, putting them both at 3 over. Kind of a big difference between the scores here. So we move into hole 9. Hole 9 is pretty straightforward, a little easier. It's par 3, 301 feet. A lot of trees though, and very tight gap there. You can see that's pretty far down the fairway, and that's a pretty tight gap to hit.
I was going to say, don't let it fool you. It is pretty narrow there in some parts. It bottlenecks pretty good.
Yeah, and slightly dogleg to the right over there, so ideal for maybe a lefty backhand. These girls are going to try to throw an Anheuser for these righties here.
Going back, and that's pretty good placement there.
Yeah, you can see the short tee box there, and she's kind of on the fairway for short tees, and that's a good spot. I mean, play for par. It's a very tough hole.
Get on through.
Ooh.
That didn't push as far right as it could have. So.
And it looked really good. The flight path and everything, it just hit that late tree.
It looks like Emily's hitting that same tree Becky did, and unfortunately does not get as graceful of a kick.
No, but she is near the short tee box's fairway, as you can see. So she had a little bit of a lane to pitch out there.
Yeah, and it was a safe pitch. She's going to give herself a little bit of breathing room there on the fairway.
She'll just be playing for bogey. It was a pretty good upshot by Becky there.
She has the distance, but now she's just leaving herself some work here still.
Yeah, I would say with like the mulch and the leaves, it's very fast green. Almost all the holes here.
That is a very tight shot from Michelle. Really lucky to have that backboard from that tree there.
Because that thing would have sailed probably another 20 feet. So Emily's is just, fading a little early on her as she still has some work for her bogey save here.
So she's getting ready.
Oh, it just taps chains. I mean, that's the second putt in a row that she came very close on pretty far putts.
That is somewhere that you can start to feel that frustration, and you really need to keep your head in the game and dial it back in, because she's right there. She's kissing chains each time. So we just want to power on through.
These other girls shooting a little low. Both Becky and Michelle here both hitting the basket. Just need a little bit more height. As it looks like all these ladies are going to tap in. Becky's going to be getting a single bogey here. That's going to put her at +4 for the round. And this should be a tap in here for Emily. She's going to take that double bogey, and that's frustration.
Michelle showing a little bit of a hustle there, and she's going to take her first bogey of the round here too.
Yeah, and like I said, very tough course. It is going to go a little easier here going into hole 10 though. So Michelle and Becky both getting bogeys here. Michelle sitting at +1, Becky sitting at +4 for the round. Emily's unfortunately going to take the double there, putting her at +5. So hole 10, pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, I would say, it gets a little thin there in the middle, but you're going to be able to see the pin from the tee box. So it's just, as long as you keep it low and slow, you should be able to have that shot no problem.
And it's fairly short here. I said, Michelle kind of goes off the fairway a little bit. This is a hole you kind of want to birdie this, or at least get par here.
It's definitely a hole that's going to be able to give you a little bit more leeway into getting back into the game if you've been struggling up till that point.
It's a good way to start the back nine conventionally when you play 1 through 18, I would say.
That's very true.
It's a good way to start. As Emily gets up there, that was a very nice shot by her.
So it looks like we have a really sharp sidearm here, and just unfortunately clips that branch.
Yeah, Becky's just fighting down this fairway. This is going to be her third shot. That's her par shot. And she's going to hit another tree. That's 3 trees in a row.
It's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, we're all used to it, though. This northeast golf, tight woods, you're going to hit a lot of trees.
Michelle puts herself in a really good placement to at least secure that par.
Yeah, she had a little gap there, it looked like. I thought she was a little deeper. As Becky's still some work here, and this is her 4 shot. It's a good layup. It's just she's going to be losing a lot of strokes here to the card. So Emily's going to run this for a birdie.
So let's see if she can pull it off here. And again,
so
she's really putting bids on these shots.
Yeah, she's just so close. So guys, make sure you go to our Facebook page. That's kind of our hub of where we do everything disc golf and some other projects that you might see. It's Gatekeeper Media 215 on Facebook. Make sure you give us a like out there. So the rest of these ladies are going to tap in. Becky's going to be taking the double bogey.
And I think right now it'll be around the time for a word from our sponsor.
I think so. I think that's coming up, yeah. So we have Emily here going to get a par. That's probably a big confidence booster. as we're going into probably the hardest hole. It's good seeing 2 pars on the card there. Becky's going to lose 2 strokes, sitting at +6 for the round.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Yeah, make sure you check out Millennium Disc at golfdisc.com. Moving into hole 11, probably the hardest hole on this course, par 5, 775 feet. Not only does it have distance, but it has a lot of trees here. So you can see you're going over this hump. It kind of clears out once you get over that little hump, but it's a challenge just to get to that hump. So let's see what these girls do here. So you can tell Michelle's a little frustrated. So we have Emily here. She's up on the box.
And that was quite an early release here, and it just kept going. It really needed to hit something there.
Yeah, she's going to be pretty deep in the rough there. As Becky's just hitting trees.
And that kicks to the wrong side of that tree.
She's just going to pitch out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the type of golf you got to play.
Yeah, safe golf sometimes is the only option you have. Otherwise, you're just going to keep burying yourself deeper and deeper.
So let's see what she does on her 3rd shot. Let's see if she can get some of that distance back. As it was looking good.
Brushes the tops of those trees here, gets herself in a little bit of a clearing, so she should have a tight gap there.
Yeah, not idea though, and Emily's kind of going in the same place. You're still off the fairway, and you do not want to be off the fairway on this hole. I mean, there is so many trees.
I mean, look at it. It's a 775-foot hole.
As this is looking pretty good from Michelle here. Looks like it snapped. It looks like it kicked off a tree there and kind of went over into the edge of the fairway. Let's see if she'll have a look.
We're going Spike Heiser here, and let's see if we can get around. And it looks like she's close to the fairway edge still, though.
Yeah, I think she hit a tree right there, kind of stopped dead. She lost distance, but she's at least on the fairway.
Emily went more for the lower approach here, keeping it straight, probably throwing a mid-range.
Yeah, they're just zigzagging across this course right now. That's a great looking shot from Becky.
So Becky finds herself over top of that gully, a little sand ditch there, and almost hits you.
Yeah, it's funny. I think you were saying they were actually stating that like they were aiming for me, but not really.
But really.
But really. I mean, I always tell them, aim for me. I'm probably in the right spot. I'll move.
And that was a really good skip over top of that gully by Emily.
Yes.
That is a very rough situation to be in. You're going for that safe pitch and hitting something only feet in front of you.
And then hitting that tree. I mean, this is 3 strokes. You probably only moved maybe 50 feet down the fairway.
So she's playing right now to really pick up a lot of momentum here. So she was trying to get as close there as possible.
Yeah, I think all these ladies are trying to keep their heads above water here, as this is a very tough. As that's Emily's 5 shot, so that was her par shot.
Which, you know, if she's playing for the bogey there and just kind of controlling that stroke count, that's all you can do.
As Becky has a great upshot there, she's going to have to settle for double.
And you can see Michelle did not like the release of that, but it did end up working out for her. So,
and this is very interesting. I like it, though. The turbo putt through some obstacles pretty far, too. And it just hits a little branch and just falls dead.
But she should be able to make this putt, no problem.
Yeah, I believe so. The way it's looking here, it looks like these ladies are going to clean up double bogeys. Yeah, Emily's going to be taking a 7 there. Her round score being a +7 as well. It's Becky here, who got it going there at the end. She just had a really tough start to that hole. I mean, 4 of her strokes were before she even got to the
halfway point.
Yeah, to like that hill. So the fact that she had that really great shot and that nice up.
So double bogeys all around on this card.
I guess we'd call that a dub frame.
All right, so we got 7s all around. We got Michelle at -1, Becky at +11.
Yeah, so Michelle's teetering with that even for the entire tournament now. As we move into, I would say these next 3 holes are very easy in comparison to that. These are all going to be simple par 3s, this one being 243, slightly uphill to the left. These are holes that you want to at least try to run to get a birdie here.
So Michelle fights hers uphill and is pretty spot on with the placement. She's going to give herself a little bit more distance, but she should be able to make that putt. We've seen it before.
Yeah, we'll see a good run by her. So Emily just hits an early tree. Just dropping dead on the fairway.
Fairway, though. All right, and Becky's is going to fight up here, get about to the foot of that incline.
Yeah, I would say she'll have a really long look, but, I mean, you got to run it. Worst comes to worst, you play for par. Emily's going to need a really good upshot here. It just kind of comes out the hand a little wobbly. This is going to be her 3rd shot here now for her upshot, and she kind of overshoots that. And she's going to still have some work for her bogey save. As we'll see what Becky does here. As kind of was a run, slightly uphill, just a little low, but
Touch metal.
yeah, she hit the bottom. So that's a great putt by Michelle. You know, after that last hole, you want to get a birdie here, and she did just that.
That's exactly what you need to get yourself back in the game.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, make sure you go over to our Patreon page and help join the family. And just, if you like what you're seeing here, if you want to just pledge any money to us, you can start at just $1 a month. And that was very tough by Emily.
Yeah, they were saying earlier that in a previous round, there was a similar shot that happened to be able to teeter into the basket. So they were hoping that it was going to happen again, but tough luck there for Emily.
Another double for her. All right, at the end of hole 12 here, Michelle's getting the birdie. This is the first birdie of the round here, with Becky getting a par, and Emily's going to be taking a double bogey, so Michelle's sitting at +2 for the round. Hole 13, another very easy hole, only 204 feet, just straight and then slightly to the right here.
Ideal shot for a lefty, so we do have a lefty on the card. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, lefty backhand for sure. The reason why these holes are much easier is because the longs and the shorts are in the same spot. Whereas a lot of them alternate. These are some of the holes that are just long and short are the same.
All right, so we have the lefty up here. It looks like a little ping pong action going
Yeah,
on.
it looks like it's hit off the top of that log, though, and skipped down there. So we'll see as Emily's going to try to take the anheuser around. You can just see.
It looks like it hits the same tree Becky did.
Yeah. So a little bit of work here for her upshot.
Going with a really heavy anheuser shot, and it was managed to fade back pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good kick.
That was a run.
That was a very good run right there.
We got Becky here, and looks like she was just behind that log. We thought may have gotten past it, but...
And she kisses metal again. Just a little low, hits the bottom. So you can tell Emily's a little upset with that. Ooh.
Wow. Was not expecting to see that from Michelle.
Yeah, after some of the putts she's already made. She's going to have to settle for a bogey here and give that stroke right back to the course. So Becky's going to settle for par, so I'm sure she's happy to see par there again.
We got Emily coming in to...
She's going to have to clean up this bogey.
Her. All right.
Yeah, that's you don't want to walk away with a bogey there. So hole 13 there, Michelle and Emily both getting bogeys. Becky's the only one getting a par. She's sitting at 8 over. Emily's just 2 strokes behind her at 10 over. So hole 14, this is the last of the little easy corner here that we have. It's par 3, 245 feet. It's straight, and then it kind of bends to the left. If you just, as a righty, throw a big hyzer shot, you should be able to get close to the pin.
Yeah, you can see that it is a slight uphill.
Yeah, slightly. And just that one tree in the fairway is the one Becky hits.
So let's see if Michelle can squeeze by there. And it looks like it's got a really nice fade and puts herself at a beautiful park.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a birdie. She might get that stroke back.
Which...
On this course, any stroke you can get. So Emily's just...
And then with the late release this time.
Yeah. Just alternating between early and late releases. Just needs that consistency to see her game improve.
But again, first round of the day.
on this course. It's just,
Ironing out the kinks a little bit.
yeah. And she's been very unfortunate with missing a lot of those long putts, as that's a great up by her. She should be able to tap in that par.
That's a very good putt by Becky.
Yeah, she,
Solid connection to the chains.
yeah, I would say probably 10, 15 feet.
I was talking more about the form.
As this was a great drive. She's going to turbo that in for a birdie.
And folks, don't forget to check us out on Instagram as well with Gatekeeper_Media. Going to follow along to some of our stories when we are at these tournaments, as well as some more behind-the-scenes footage as well.
Yeah, ending that hole here, we're going to go into the final hole. This is one of the best holes we've seen so far. No bogeys on the card. That's very nice to see. 1 birdie and 2 bars. So we move into the last hole of this front 9, hole 15.
It's a monster.
Another monster hole. You have to make it through this gap here, get out to this opening. Then you got to show your distance. Ideally, you want to land near this tree, a little past it on your second shot. And then look at this up shot. I mean, there's a lot of lanes you can take, but they're all very tight. Onto a nice little, cool little island with a backstop there.
And you do have to be very mindful with the wind on this one because there is no trees to protect you, but no trees to really fight you in the middle there either.
As Michelle kind of does like a little ballerina spin, as she puts a lot of distance into that. It's a good shot by her. Becky's is a little low. Still getting out there though. And ideally, you just want to get out there.
Yeah, with that freshly cut grass, it was able to just keep on skipping forward.
So this is looking pretty nice. If this flexes back on her, and it looks like it will.
All right.
Yeah, great shot by Emily. All 3 shots, very good. So like I said, you want to get at least close to that tree over there. That looks very good. She'll at least have a lane there to have her up shot.
This is almost the distance where you could have a full run-up on your up shot, just like your tee box.
Yeah. Definitely for the second shot. For the third shot, I don't recommend it because as you saw, its slope, there's a very fast green, and you don't want to fall down there. So this is going to flex back for her. Very nice.
I do like the new addition to the middle of the fairway, that tree there, and I believe it is exactly 300 feet from the pin.
Ooh.
If I remember Becky saying that.
It's kind of like a landmark. As Emily's going to take a bad kick off the tree, as this is going to take a great skip off the ground, and that's idea right there. That's where you want to be. Nice soft putter. You just want to land tight as...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's tough for Michelle because now she has kind of like a semi-death putt upshot.
And Emily puts herself at a pretty good spot
Yeah,
there.
you definitely want to be down there. Let's see what Michelle does with this. And this is what I was talking about. She's very fast.
And that is something that could have been a lot worse. It's all downhill there.
Yeah, it's still very bad. She's going to have to fight her way back up.
Becky there was really anticipating that fast green, so she's able to just kind of lob it in there and place it right near the basket.
As Michelle runs that, and good thing that has the backstop there because she was able to give it a little bit more power and run it, knowing that it's just going to stop dead for it to happen.
Because you can see where the wind is really coming across and kind of like funneling up through that, oddly enough.
Yeah, it's like a little cyclone in there. It's tough.
So Becky with her bogey putting her at +9 for the round.
Yeah, so it looks like she's going to take a bogey a hole here. As Michelle's actually going to be taking, I believe, a double. Yeah, she's going to take a double bogey there. That's probably the worst hole she's had so far on this front 9.
After out-driving everyone.
Yeah. So this is going to end the front 9 coverage. We have Michelle taking double bogey, sitting at +4 even for the entire tournament. Becky sitting at +9 with +12 for the entire tournament. And Emily is sitting at +11 with +29 for the entire tournament. So, one more disc golf?
I think I do.
Yeah, make sure we give a big shout out to Millennium Disc Golf for making this possible. And guys, make sure you subscribe if you want more disc golf from Gatekeeper Media.
All right, well, this is Derek Scull.
And this is Chris German.
And we are signing out. Till next time.
Bye-bye.